Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. My name's Leslie. If you haven't been here before, you wandered across my little corner of the internet. So today is going to be starting off with an apology. I am sorry that there was no video on Friday. I'm sure you guys have all had the kind of day that I had Friday, where no matter what you tried to do, it all went wrong. I finally, after about 5 takes, got a video done and went to upload it, and it was gone. I couldn't find it anywhere on my computer. It had said it saved, but I couldn't find it. And by this time, I had been at it for all morning and into the afternoon, so I said, I need to walk away. The sad part of it, I came back this morning to do this video, and the first thing that popped up in the list was the video I couldn't find on Friday. So it has now become a spare video. But just before that, I did a video using my little machine here, my little hand crank die cutter. And some of you have asked questions about the comparison between a Cricut and a manual die cut. And I will do a video about that, have no fear. If not this week, it will come out next week. But to answer one of the questions, because they are going crafting this this weekend and needed the answer as soon as possible, here we go. I will bring you down to the table. Now, the question was, they know that the Cricut can cut chipboard. Can a manual die cut machine? And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. Not because it's not something I would do, but because I don't buy chipboard. Sorry, guys. I'm cheap. And I will show you my alternative that I know a lot of you are going to say a million people show it online, but never hurts to show it again. Here's my alternative. I just use cardboard. And I've never, for some reason, thought to cut cardboard in my die cutting machine. So let's find out, okay? Cardboard is easy for the Cricut to handle if you tape it down well. But let's see what a manual die cut machine will do. Whoops, I'm losing my leaf. Alrighty, let's have a look here. Let's pick something that's not so... I'm going to go with something simple, like the pumpkin top. And I always angle my dies. Okay? I always do. And why is that? Because it doesn't create a bump that the rollers have to go over. And then I think we will try a more detailed die like, sorry guys, I want to put that piece back, the flowers. Okay. And since I haven't done it yet, we are guessing as to what they call the sandwich, but I'm sure that we will be fine. So here we go. Now, when I do this in the Cricut, I have been known if I want it thicker, but I don't want it as thick as 2 pieces of cardboard, I have been known to cut out a cardboard piece and then a stock piece. Gets a little tight, guys. but I think that it's cutting. And there we go. Ooh, that was called work. Let's find out. So I'm going to repeat myself just to be clear. This is not chipboard. It is cardboard. You could cut out single layers and then double them. You could cut out a single layer of cardboard. If you don't need as thick as another layer, you can do what I do and do cardstock. Now, our flowers did not, oh, there we go, just a little help from the fingers. They actually cut, they just didn't want to pop. There we go. If I had to, I could clean it up, but it definitely did cut out. Oh, I see. There's guys, there's a seam right there, so it's a little bit thicker than what the other spot was. But what I could do is just take my scissors and get it past that point. And there we go. Now we can get it out. There we go. So some of it will cut really clear and nice. There's nothing wrong with using that piece once you paint it or ink it or whatever you choose to do. And some of it may provide a little bit more of a challenge. I would suggest that you not cut over a seam or a spot of glue that is on the cardboard. And you definitely do not want to cut two pieces of cardboard at the same time, because it was way too thick for that, and you will pop your rollers. And trust me, it's not worth it when you can just run it through a second time. So if, like the young lady I was speaking to, you are looking at buying either a Cricut or a die cut machine, and you want to know, will the die cut machine do chipboard? It definitely does cardboard, which can be used in place of chipboard. That is one of the things that we will discuss. The die cut machine that you have to... Sorry guys, give me 1 second while I think my sentence through. That you have to use by hand will not cut as many items as your Cricut will. It just won't, okay? However, it is much more portable, right? Like, you don't have to recalibrate or do any of that stuff. And if your budget is limited at this time and you simply cannot put out the money for a Cricut or a Silhouette or a Scan and Cut or a Locklick or whatever it is you're looking at, then a die cut machine, a manual, there's nothing wrong with them, guys. They work like a charm. As long as you keep an eye on your cardboard to be sure that you're not going over a double seam or a bit of glue, then you'll be good. And remember, cardboard comes in various thicknesses. So if yours wasn't as thick as you wanted it to be, let me see if I can get it to focus on this. I haven't finished cleaning it up. But if yours wasn't as thick as you wanted it to be, Grab yourself another piece of cardboard, line them up, glue them together. Go ahead and use a piece of scrapbook paper. That's what I would do. And then I save myself painting the brown, right? Do what you need to do to make you happy and that fits in the budget without breaking the bank. That's the key to this whole thing. You don't need to break the bank. There are alternatives to a lot of stuff. You just have to think outside, no pun intended, of the box. You want to be sure, that what you're doing works for you. Doesn't matter what the person next to you thinks. If you're using cardboard and they're like, making those faces and going, what are you doing? Don't worry about it. Maybe they'll watch you and then decide, hey, that's a great trick. Worry about what you can do with what you have. And by the way, using the cardboard is a great way to upcycle, which is very important. Sorry guys, that wasn't very nice of me. I send a lot, or save sending a lot of cardboard to the recycler by using it this way. And now that I know it works in the die cut machine, you can bet I'll be using it. I love the idea of using it to make things for my scrapbooking. The letters that I want to stand out, to have that chipboard effect without spending money on chipboard. Because trust me, there's enough in this craft room that I don't need to spend money on things like chipboard. Because that means I have to fit it in. And that's a challenge. And then, guys, little tip, don't throw away your extras. Put them in with your dies. So there we go. Now we know that is possible. I am sorry, my dear, that I could not try a piece of chipboard for you, but I hope that was helpful for you. And now we get to the good parts. First print done this week was our Stitch. And he came from Maker Online, which is a Anycubic. He was done on an Anycubic S1, and the maker was Nick 91-5702763. For those of you who always asks, he was approximately 8 hours. And this piece here, the stem, is done separate. Altogether, 8 hours, stem done separate, so that there was no color changing and not a lot of waste of the filament. So he turned out quite cute. I quite like him. So we did him. The only part I wish that they had done was allow for a tea light. And then I moved on to this fun print, which I'm going to do again, and I'm going to enlarge. And this is the Jack Skeleton Wreath. And I just love, love, love the way this turned out. What an awesome Halloween wreath. Now, the other thing you can do, printed at normal size, is that. Isn't that cute for like a little centerpiece on a kid's table? Look at that. So this one came from Maker Online, was another Anycubic S1 project, and it was made by WAQZPRINTZ dash 393127. So these two were freebies from Maker Online. And this one here, I don't have the time on, unfortunately, because I went to bed while it was printing and the machine closed. And the machine never seems to take as long as the predicted time on the project. But the machine did close itself down when it was done, which is it was supposed to do. And then the next thing I printed is our friendly pirate ghost here. And this one was also printed on the S1 and was enlarged in scale to 128.14%. Okay, so what I did was, where the X size is, I increased it to 5 inches. And he is a one-time print. There was no changing of plates or anything. He's already all together. He fights. He's got a good sturdy sword. Gotta love that. Now, he came from a Patreon that was Fantasy, Fantasi, Craft 3D. So he was a Patreon. The time that he took was 16 hours, 14 minutes. But my machine did it in 14 hours, 20 minutes. So it saved me a couple of hours, give or take. The cost for making him, my machine told me, was $5.94 worth of filament. And I love him. I love that he rotates. I'm hoping they'll come out with like a skeleton one so that the two could fight, right? Because he's awesome. And the one that I'm in the middle of printing now, because there's some more pieces to print, is this cute little pumpkin patch tic-tac-toe. So I still need to print up another crow when my black gets here. And then there is some beds, like garden beds that go along the side and hold your pieces. So what I'm going to do is print them off and glue them to the side, and the kids can play tic-tac-toe. I have young grandchildren, so they will love that. Okay. So this one came from Polly Pocket Patreon, and I love it. I love the Polly Pocket designs. I'm a big fan of theirs. Let's go through it here. We have a total of 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, about 15 hours into this. Like I said, I still have another crow and the 2 beds to print, so not done yet on that time. I'm not going to give you a filament cost because, of course, not done yet. I didn't adjust the size at all, so if you wanted yours bigger, you could go ahead and do so. You get to pick your pumpkin head, or scarecrow head. He prints separate, and then I highlighted his hands and his stick. I don't know if you can really see it. Is highlighted just by simply dragging the blowtorch over them. Okay, let's put that little guy there. What else can I tell you before it's done and I have all my info? I think that's it for now on that one. When it's done, it will make a reappearance to show you exactly how it turns out. So that is what's going on in the Craft Studio today. Now, I do have some semi-exciting news because decisions have not been made yet, but I have been offered by somebody a Adam Stacks P1 dual laser cutter engraver thing. Apparently, it's not overly huge. Um, it would probably only engrave or laser cut this size. Uh, I know I have a big laser and I use it all the time. I should be better about filming that. Um, but this one could sit here on the desk beside me and you guys would get to watch it because the big one's in the other room. So in order to record anything on the big one now, I kind of have to take everything in there. So I'm seriously considering the offer, but we will see. Um, I think that's it for today. I have a few appointments to go to, so I have nothing running on the printers right now. But they will start running again as soon as I get home. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you get to do something you enjoy, whether it's crafting or reading or a different kind of hobby. Maybe it's an outdoor hobby. And I hope that I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye.